Hey Donald, did you see that last Pokemon presence? I want to know what you thought about it.
It was an absolute travesty. I cannot believe how lazy these companies are nowadays. Pokemon Sleep. Are you fucking kidding me? The only one who could use that is Sleepy fucking Joe.
Oh, come on, Donald, it wasn't that bad. Look at the new Pokemon Unite content as well as DLC for Scarlet and Violet.
Are you serious, Barack? There is no way you're saying additional content for Pokemon Unite is good. Anyone with good taste would tell you it's pay-to-win trash. And DLC for Scarlet and Violet, the worst Pokemon games to date? No, thank you.
Hey guys, I'm ready for the tier list.
About time, Sleepy. I almost went to McDonald's. You made me so hungry waiting for your old ass.
Shut the fuck up, Donald. Your Rogaine ass needs to eat some vegetables. You're so goddamn fat.
Rogaine Joe, you can't be serious. I have more hair under my armpits than you do on your head, Joe.
Fuck off, Donald.
Guys, can we please start the tier list already? Okay, we are covering the entirety of the evolutionary lines with the starters. Let's go ahead and start with Bulbasaur.
Easiest S tier of my life.
Here we fucking go.
Bulbasaur is the gold standard for grass starters, and he hasn't been surpassed for 25 years.
How can he be S tier? It's the worst of the three in red and blue.
Sorry, Joe, but I'm siding with Donald. Bulbasaur is clearly the best grass starter, and Venusaur is a straight-up gangster. Put him in A so we can move on. Okay, next up is Charmander.
S tier, S tier, S tier. Charmander is the greatest starter ever. He evolves into Charizard, the coolest Pokemon to ever be made.
Oh, God, you are so sleepy. You must have been asleep for the past 25 years if you think Charizard is the coolest Pokemon ever.
You're mad, bozo. It's S tier.
Joe, you're such a Gen 1er. Get good. He's C tier. Can we agree Squirtle is probably the most A tier starter ever? Not the best, but still better than average.
Yep.
Okay, now Chikorita.
F tier.
Wow, Trump with a good take. Wouldn't have seen that coming.
Joe, shut up. We're going to move on to Cyndaquil, too. Me, he's the most bland starter ever. Just a poor attempt and doesn't really have an identity.
You know, Obama, I never agreed with your horrid foreign policies. But I have to agree with you on Cyndaquil. He belongs in C tier.
I like him. Fire-type starters are always the coolest. I think a tier at least.
Biden, shut up. I'm not going to let you rig this tier list like you did with the election. Cyndaquil is the worst fire starter, and it's not even close.
Ho's mad. Just take the L and be quiet.
Jesus Christ, I'm putting it in C tier. Now on to Totodile. For me, it is my favorite starter and the best pure water Pokemon ever. I say S tier.
What the fuck is the matter with you, black man? What's so special about this crocodile?
Joe, you fuck. Totodile is clearly the most unique starter up to this point. Unlike the other 5 before him, he's gleaming with personality and keeps that throughout his evolutionary line.
Based as hell, Trump, and putting it in S tier.
Fuck you too. I didn't know my opinions weren't valid in this listing.
They will be when you give us coherent reasoning behind your claims. Anyways, on to Gen 3.
Hey fellas, what is happening?
Hey Ben, we're making a tier list of all the starters in Pokemon. We're on Trico right now.
Treco is F tier.
What the fuck, Ben?
I'm using facts and logic, something people have when they are awake, Sleepy Joe.
What the fuck are you on, Benny boy? Skeptile is very cool, and grass is always a good type to have on your team.
Ha 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 ha. You're so incompetent, Donald. If you actually did your research, you would know that this line does not learn a good grass move until level 29, so have fun using Absorb or Bullet Seed for 3 hours.
Oh, God, you are such a nerd, but you do have a good point there. Those 2 moves are ass. Put him in F tier.
Sounds good. Anything to add, Joe? No way he's actually asleep right now.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh, God damn it, Joe. You are so annoying, and your takes are bad. Just go back to sleep.
Fuck off, Donald.
I'm putting it in the F tier. Okay, what the fuck is next? Oh, it's Torchic.
Blaziken is so badass, he's an easy S tier.
Watch your gendered language, Joe, and I'm going to have to play the overhyped card. Blaziken is almost as overused as Charizard. It's cool, but to be put in almost every spin-off game is a bit much.
I agree with Obama. I think it can go no higher than B tier.
Since when does popularity affect a tier ranking? You guys are such contrarians.
I agree with you guys. The radical left has brainwashed the people of America into liking this Pokemon way too much.
Fine assholes.
Okay, on to Mudkip.
S tier. It is the most broken starter of all time. Makes the Gen 3 games very easy when usually they are some of the hardest in the entire series.
He is very good, but most broken of all time? I'm not so sure.
Well, Obama, I'm not so sure drones striking children's hospitals was a very good idea, but you still did it.
Fuck off, you Jewish virgin. Go count your gold in your cellar, you Jewish fuck.
I'm agreeing with Obama. I'm not sold on your rating of Mudkip, Ben.
Yeah, and if you think the Gen 3 games are the hardest in the series, you haven't played Black and White Bozo.
I can assure you, gentlemen, that you have left out the most important factorial when it comes to this debate. Under a recent study done at UCLA, Mudkip is clearly the most advantageous starter to choose, and it's not even close. How you could miss the usefulness of its water ground typing it gets when it evolves is beyond me. Its only weakness is the grass typing, which is very rare in the Hoenn region.
You know what, Ben? I have to agree. Maybe if Sleepy over here could make arguments as good as this, Blaziken would be higher as well. Let's put Mudkip in S. Obama.
Sure thing, Donald.
Sorry, guys, I have to go. I'm having a dinner date with my voluptuous sister. See you on the realm later tonight.
Dude, what is the matter with you?
At least I'm getting some action, Joe. Now fuck off.
Okay, let's keep going. This is taking forever. On to Gen 4. I have to say, this is probably the best group of starters out of any generation. Starting with Twig, I think it is always very reliable, very tanky, and having grass ground is a very unique typing.
I would agree with you if it was in any other gen, but when you're always going to have Garchomp on your team, you don't want to double up on typing.
Well, some of us don't try hard every time we replay the game and use the same team each time like you do, Donald.
He's got you there, Donald. I'd say B tier is a great spot for it. Can we all agree Chimchar is S?
Yep.
That's good.
Piplup is very cute, and it evolves into a badass. I was surprised when I saw Empoleon for the first time. I'd say a tier.
Hold your horses, Barack. Piplup may be cute, but we can't ignore the ugly middle child of Prinplup. That ugly fuck lowers this line down to at least C tier.
Donald, you are so stupid if you judge a starter based on its middle line. Nobody cares about that.
Joe, you can't ignore a vital step in the evaluation process. It brings it down. I don't care what you two say.
Starting off with Snevy, I think this is one of the lower tier starters. He loses his legs and arms in its final stage. That just doesn't make sense.
Agreed.
I do like Snivy on its own, though, so I'm going to put him in D tier. Anyways, on to Tepig.
This is the most disastrous line of any starter ever. I can't believe Game Freak had the gall to make a third firefighting type in a row. Plus, it's just an ugly evolutionary line.
Donnie, you are such a hater. Firefighting is the best typing in the series. It always results in the best looking Pokemon.
You are such a casual, sleepy Joe. You're the type of player who just uses their starter the entire game and doesn't ever switch out.
I'm going to have to agree with Donald Joe. Firefighting has gotten stale, and Embor was the final nail in the coffin. So Tepig is going in C tier.
Have you guys even taken my picks into consideration at all in this list?
Shut up, Joe. We have to move on, too. Oshawott.
Fine, I believe Oshawott is the best line in Gen 5, but it also downgrades as it evolves, which is a common theme in this generation.
I agree with Joe. I think the B tier.
Okay, moving on to Gen 6 and Chespin.
This gen just sucks in general, and its starters reflect that. Chespin is the absolute worst starter in the series. Its move pool sucks, its stats are horrid, and it looks like a piece of crap.
You know what, Donald? You need to chill on Gen 6. It's good for people who suck at the games like Joe here.
Fuck you, Barry. I carried you during your presidency, and I told you Obamacare sucked, and you still went and did it.
Ratio plus get good old fart. We're putting Chespin in D tier. Fennekin is next. I really have no thoughts on this line except that the typing of Fire Psychic is cool.
You're right about that last part, Barack. What a cool combo for a starter. Unfortunately, its design is that of a furry, which has no place in the United States of America.
I agree. Donnie Delphox looks a bit mature for my tastes.
Yeah, Joe, we know.
Okay, I'm putting it in D tier. I'm putting Froakie in S.
Wait just a minute. Barack, don't go in saying outrageous statements like this without stating why.
2 words, Ash Greninja.
Wait a fucking second, Barry. That take is totally invalid. We're basing this list purely off the games. I will agree that Greninja is one of the best Pokemon ever, but S tier is getting a bit full. I move that we put him in A tier.
Fine, goddammit, on to Gen 7 and Rowlet. This is probably the second best grass starter behind Bulbasaur. His final evolution is unlike anything else in the series.
Rowlet is very cute, but like Prinplup Dartrix is ugly beyond belief. What a downgrade from Rowlet.
Donald, I disagree with you on the Prinplup part, but I can't lie. Dartrix is fucking ugly.
Let's go ahead with B tier then. Okay, Litten is next. I have no thoughts on this Pokemon. I have only ever played the trash Sun and Moon games once with Rowlet.
I can't fault you for that, Barack. These games really do suck ass. This line is pretty mid. I can't lie.
Yeah, Incineroar should have been firefighting.
Oh my fucking God, Joe. Just stop right there with that trash take. I can't take much more from you.
Shut up, both of you. Let's put him in C tier. Next is Poplio.
Easiest F tier in my life. I have never been catfished this hard in my life. I was expecting some Pennywise-like creature, then I got this trap seal.
Same thing happened to me, Donnie. I literally restarted my game when I saw the final evolution. It happens to the best of us.
Let's just put it in F tier. Goddamn, this is fucking exhausting. Let's wrap this up soon. Only 2 more gens. On to Grookey.
What this is the second best monkey starter we have. Its final evolution being a drummer is a very cool idea and fits how monkeys just bang shit together in the wild.
I agree with Orange Man.
Let's put him in B tier. On to Scorbunny.
Here we fucking go.
We all know this is S tier. It is the greatest starter of all time. Having it turn into a soccer player and its special move kicking a fireball at you is the most rad thing ever.
Having your favorite Pokemon be a bunny is pretty sus.
I'm going to have to agree with Joe on this one, Donald. Plus, it's a football player.
I always knew you were an American Barry calling soccer football, and you have always been scared to show your birth certificate if you don't put this in Steeram leaving the call.
Jesus Christ, fine. We might as well. We're almost done. Sobble is next.
This line ruined what could have been the greatest starter lineup in any game. Throw this James Bond wannabe crybaby piece of garbage in F tier.
Agreed.
Okay, last gen, Sprigatito. I hate this line. Its design falters right away. The whole Jester thing is just really lame. Next is Fuecoco.
I have to say this is the best starter since Charizard. A flaming dead crocodile is really badass.
I'm going to ignore that Charizard part, but I agree, Joe, this is a very cool starter, but I would have to put the ceiling at a tier.
He'll put him in a tier. Fucking finally, the last one, Quaxley. I like you too with Poplio was catfished by this suave bird. It turned into some dancing fairy bird. I'm throwing it in D tier.
Get fucked, nerd. Next time, pick the fire starter like I do.